Hi guys, welcome to the session of the APM. This is an APM orientation session for the December 2023 examination. And I'm sure that some of you who are who are attending the session might even actually be thinking for the March 2024. So whatever the session you are going to go for, whether that be the December 23 or whether that be the March 2024. Welcome to the session. Let me just introduce myself. Myself, Luqman Rafiq. I've been in teaching profession for more than 13 years now. I've been teaching different subjects, including the performance management, the financial management, and the financial reporting courses for the different qualifications, including the ACCA, ICAW, CIMA, and the ICAP qualification of Pakistan. I've conducted global webinars for ACCA for different subjects on several occasions. And in addition to this, I'm presently engaged with several organizations locally and internationally for the training programs pertaining to financial reporting, management, and performance management. The agenda of session today, we're going to discuss about the APM, that what exactly is this APM syllabus all about? What are the course content? How exactly are we be going for the APM syllabus? And what are the techniques that are necessary for you as a student to excel at if you wish to pass the APM paper? Now, before I go on, this is the syllabus that is in front of you for the APM. And what I would want to do is that I would want to have a discussion of the relational diagram of this subject APM, so that you could have an idea that what is this relational diagram for the APM all about, what is it indicating, what skills it is expecting us to know. So as you know that you have studied the basic paper of management accounting, some of you would have got exemptions for it also. This paper is termed as the F2 paper. This paper is termed as the F2 paper or the management accounting. Then you've got the performance management, which is the F5 paper. So what happens is that whatever knowledge that you gained at the F2, that was tested at the performance management level, and the performance management knowledge is being tested at the APM level also. Plus you could see that APM knowledge is being tested at the SBL, and the SBL knowledge is being tested at the APM. So there is an interconnectivity between the APM and the SBL papers. So the arrow is on both sides. Now, one thing that I would like to mention is that when we look at this F5, this paper has got around 65% calculations computations. But when it comes to APM, there is hardly 15% to 20% of the paper that is going to be based on computation. The rest of the paper is a theoretical paper. It's not a computational paper. That's something that you would have to keep in mind. So it's not a computational paper, it's a theoretical paper. Plus, a lot of models that you have studied at the SBL level, those models are also examinable at the APM. So when you would be discussing the APM, you would see that there are different models that you have studied at the SBL level, whether that is the balance scorecard, whether that be the NSF matrix, whether that be the BCG matrix, etc., etc. There are different theories, different models that you have studied at the SBL level. Those are also going to be examinable at the APM level. At times you might not even have studied them. You might not have attempted the SBL paper. So if you have not done that, you don't have to worry about it. We are going to take care of it. We don't have to worry about it at all, right? Now, let's move a bit forward and let's discuss further. Now, basically, if we have to discuss further about the about this APM, so I would now be discussing about the approach to the examination of the syllabus. I would be discussing the approach to the examination of the syllabus that what is the approach that we would be adapting in order to handle this specific syllabus. First of all, ACCA, the way they test the papers, as you know, recently what they did was they introduced the professional marks, and those professional marks were introduced at all the optional level examinations. Recently, from the June 2023 session, they did it for the ATX also. In fact, from the September 2023, they did it for the ATX also. But otherwise, it has been in place for the AFM, APM, and the AAA papers. So what happens is that now the examiner is testing the exam like this, that there are 20 marks which are dedicated to the professional skills of the communication, analysis and evaluation, skepticism, and commercial acumen. So these are the 4 professional skills. You have got 20 marks that are allocated to these professional skills. So as a student, what is happening is that there is now going to be 80% technical marks for the course and 20% marks which are going to be the professional. Now, I was just conducting an orientation for the AFM, and I was discussing this specific issue, that if you wish to gain these 20% of the marks, so you got to make sure that you are very, very good at this 80% technical marks. Why is that so? Because what happens is that when we talk about this 80% technical mark, if you are good at technical aspect, then it becomes very, very easy for you to handle the professional aspect. See, it becomes very easy for you to handle the professional marks. So in order to earn the professional marks, the technical knowledge, the technical understanding is very important. Now, moving a bit forward. So you've got the paper which is split into section A and section B. It's a 3-hour 15-minute paper. It's a 3-hour 15-minute paper. For the section A, you have got a question, which is one question. 40 marks of those questions are technical. The 10 marks out of that question are professional marks. And it is covering all those professional areas 1, 2, 3, and 4. So that means 25% weightage here, 25% weightage here, 25% weightage here, 25% weightage here. Means 2.5 marks for each one of them for question number 1. And then you have got section B, where you have got question 2 and you've got question 3. Each question is of 25 marks. Of the 25 marks, you have got 20 marks which is technical, you've got 5 marks which is professional. And out of those professional, you would be tested 2 professional areas, each of them 2.5 marks, 2.5 marks. That's what it is actually going to be. Now, let me just take you through a bit further. So basically, if you look at the professional marks, these marks are total 20 marks, 2.5 for each professional skill per question. Question 1, each of them 2.5, 2.5, 2.5, 2.5. Question number 2, 2 of them 2.5 each. Question number 3, 2.5 each, 2 of them. So that's how the paper is structured. That's how the paper is all about. Now let's move a bit forward and let's discuss about the syllabus areas. That what exactly are the syllabus areas? Here you could see that there are 4 syllabus areas, which is strategic planning and control, then the performance management information system and developments, then strategic performance measurement, and then the performance evaluation. Now for you to be able to understand this APM, it seems to be 4 sections, but it's a very different type of a syllabus. It's a very integrated type of a syllabus. It is connected to this, it is connected to this, it is connected to this, this one is connected to this one is connected to this. So it's like every single aspect, every single element of the subject are connected to each other. Every single aspect, every single connection, every single element is actually connected to each other. That's something that you would have to keep in mind. Now, let's try to understand this. Let's try to discuss this. Basically, when you talk about all of them, the first one of them is about the strategic planning and control. See, if you would just have a look at the aspects which are mentioned here, the strategic management accounting, the performance hierarchy, performance management, changes in business structure, environmental, social, governmental, etc., etc. If I could just give you a bit of an idea, see these words strategic planning and control. They are very, very detailed and very, very informative words, which is strategic planning, strategic control. You talk about a strategic planning, you talk about a strategic control. When you talk about a strategic planning, it is actually it actually refers to the plans that you develop at the strategic level, the long-term plans, the medium-term plans, the short-term plans that you develop at the strategic level. With all of these plans are ultimately directed towards the achievement of the vision of the organization. So here what we would be doing is that we would be discussing about how as an entity you plan out and how you control your performance just to make sure that you are able to reach your vision. And for any specific organization to be able to reach its vision, to be able to ensure that it is able to perform well, the information systems are very important. The information systems are very important. What do you mean by information systems? The information systems actually mean the method, the process of gathering, capturing, processing information, and ultimately utilizing that information, right? So it's actually about how you gather the information, how you process the information, how you present the information, all of these things that are actually going to be compiled together. And ultimately what would happen is that you would be presenting information for the use by the management so that they could ultimately take the decisions pertaining to the entity's ultimate goal of being able to achieve their vision. So here you would see different types of techniques, like what are the management information systems that should be in place, how to gather the information, how to record that, the data analytics, different software, and how the management reporting would be done. So that's another area. And then third is that it's not just about capturing information. It's not just about planning for the organization's mission and vision. It's actually about implementing the performance targets. And for you to be able to implement the performance target, it's very, very important that you start measuring the performance. So here what we would be doing is that what is specific performance measures would be in place strategic at the strategic level, whether that be talking about the divisional structure of the organization, whether that be talking about the human resource aspect, whether that be talking about the quality control aspect, and etc., etc. So all of these things are going to be there. And lastly, what is going to happen is that the performance evaluation, that how would you evaluate where you have measured the performance, you have planned for the performance, you have gathered the information, you have measured the performance. Now, how exactly would you be evaluating this performance in a continuous basis in a different manner just to make sure that you are ultimately able to achieve the goal of achieving the vision? So basically, when it comes to the APM examination, let me just guide you. The APM is all about your organization's vision. The APM is all about your organization's mission, right? It's about vision, it's about mission. Now, let me just guide you on this. So ultimately, whether that is about information capturing, whether that is about performance measurement, whether that is about performance evaluation, the whole objective is that ultimately we need to be able to reach our vision. Ultimately we need to be able to reach our vision. That is the whole agenda, that is the whole objective is going to be. Now, when we would be studying the APM, you would be coming across very different small type of techniques, which could be the balanced scorecard approach, which could be building block model, which could be NSOF matrix, which could be the pestle model, which could be Porter 5 forces model, etc., 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 etc. Now, when we are going to be talking about this, so what would happen is that when you would be listening to these names, you would be thinking that we have already studied these topics either at the SBL level, or we have studied these topics at the performance management level. So what's going to be new at the APM level? So let me just be very clear. Approximately 30 to 40% of the areas or the techniques are new. That is, you would be probably doing them for the very first time at the APM, but majority rest of the 60-65% of the syllabus, that's a broad forward knowledge. That's a knowledge that you would have studied at the different subjects. But again, the method of examination is altogether different at the APM. It's a strategic level paper. It's a paper that requires a strategic focus. It's a paper that requires you to be very much focused upon what the board would be thinking, what the chief executive officer would be thinking, what the management consultants would be thinking. So it's something of a paper that requires you to think at that specific level in any organization. So if you plan to be good at the APM, the most important thing for APM is the question practice. I have never seen anyone pass the APM examination without the question practice. If you don't practice questions, you don't get through the questions, you would never be able to pass APM. So if a lot of students, they ask that what should be the key things to do for the APM, I would say one thing only, and that is practice, practice, and practice, nothing else. The more you're going to write, the more assignments that you're going to submit, the more papers, the more answer scripts that you're going to get reviewed, you will be in a better position to pass the examination in the first attempt. So if you as a student want to pass APM, there is one solution, and that is just get over the course content as soon as possible and try to practice as many questions and get them reviewed. The maximum questions that you will get reviewed, you will be able to pass the APM paper. Now, what is the approach that I adopt for teaching the APM? So let me just guide you. You could see there is this website, the name of which is escribiracademy.com. It is the website of our academy. And what happens is that when you're going to go on to website, there was a pop-up window. Unfortunately, I closed that down. But you could just search of APM in here. You would see different questions, extensive course, fast track course, question-based revision, etc., etc. You could just click on the extensive course. When you would click on the extensive course, you would see that there are these 34 chapters, 123 lectures. The 123 lectures does not show you that that's 123 hours. No, it's not 123 hours. It is actually less than that, but 123 lectures is what we are looking at. Now let's try to understand. When you get enrolled with us, you get access to these pre-recorded lectures on all the topics. Plus, there is a planner that I have prepared for you people. That planner includes everything starting from that which topics should be covered up by which deadline. The discussion date for that relevant topic is being given. You would see the whole of it, and you would see that these discussion dates are given. Then on the 18th of November, on the 19th of November, we are being given the revision marathon sessions that are going to be conducted, and then the mock 1 and mock 2. I have taken on board a teaching assistant with me. She's from Ireland. She's a past student of mine. Very good resource. She is assisting me do this APM. She's there to respond to your queries. She's there to mark your scripts and even respond back. Again, I'm also there, but again, she's there to assist me also. So what you could do is that you could just try to get through the topics and then try to write down answers to the questions, submit them to us. We could review them, we could just check them, we could give feedbacks to you. The more you're going to practice, the better it is going to be. The more you're going to practice, the better it is going to be. So, for all those who are going to get enrolled with us or have already enrolled with us, you will get this schedule. This schedule or this timetable, this is inshallah going to be followed on a very strict basis, inshallah. And this, hopefully, if you follow the planner, like let's say if I'm saying that you have to cover up these three for the first class, just make sure that you get them covered before the first class, so we could have a fruitful discussion as soon as we join in on 21st. Then similarly on 28th September and so on and so forth. So that is something that I would recommend and that I would prefer. So basically that's all about the APM. If you are somebody who likes thought process, who likes to create solutions, who like to think of solutions for different problems, then this APM course is for you. But if you're somebody who's a number cruncher, APM is not for you. So APM is for those who are not number crunchers, who are actually the ones who like to think of solutions, who like discussion, who like discussions of different scenarios and things like that. So you are the ones who can actually, I repeat, you are the ones who can. You would enjoy APM if you like to think, right? So that's it from my side. Now I am open to take any questions that you people may have. I'll be happy to answer them. Yeah, any questions if you people have, I'll be happy to answer them. If there are any questions that you have, please do ask. I'll be happy to answer them, please. Okay, Christine, time of class is going to be in evening. They are going to be 2 hour session approximately, and the time is going to be evening approximately uh, 5:30, 5:30 p.m. GMT time. That's what it is going to be. Yeah, anyone else having any other question, please? Okay, Nusrat, see what happens is that I can do that for you, but generally it's like, as I said that, Jaro, as I said that it's an integrated syllabus. Yeah, the Christine, that's as I said that it's an integrated syllabus. You just cannot do one specific aspect and get over. You got to do the different aspects. Yes, that's what you should follow. And what I can do is that, okay, you've given me another dimension, which is that if you are going to be following any specific, in fact, what I would do is that ACC has recently introduced this study hub. No, no, don't follow the textbook sequence, just follow what I have actually given you. So ACC have recently introduced this study hub. So what I would do is that I would just make sure that I I would just make sure that the study hub, I connect the topics with the study hub, that what part of a study hub is covered up in which specific topic. हाँ ले आओ, छोड़ दो, ले आएंगे. Okay, ACCA Study Hub is something that ACCA has recently introduced. Let me just show you on the ACCA website also. See, this is when you go onto the ACCA, at the bottom there is this past examination paper. Just click on that. Say ACCA qualification, let's say APM. And then what would happen is that you would go there. There's this ACCA Study Hub. So as a student, you can go on to this. There are ACCA books also available, etc. Multiple things that are available. So what you could do is that you could just go on to that and you could just review it. That's what is the study hub is all about. It's a good resource, but officially it's not applicable right now. Right now, the BBP and the Kaplan are the content provider, but down the line, the BBP and the Kaplan are going to be removed as a content provider, approved content provider, and you would have only one content, and that is going to be ACCA Study Hub. So you could just go onto the ACCA's website and you could try to see that what this ACCA Study Hub is. You could just log into it and you could just review it. Yes, Nusrat, I do the CB practice, the computer-based examination practice. It's this computer-based examination platform, the platform that the ACCA has introduced. So what we do is that we do that practice just to make sure, just to ensure that we are able to be ready for the examination. Because that's a specific platform that ACCA has given so that you can have an idea that what is going to be the format of the examination, right? Okay, are there any other questions that you people have? I'll be happy to answer them, or else I'll just conclude the session and I'll see you in our next class, which is going to be on the 21st of September. Okay, I'm mentioning GMT time, Christine. I'm mentioning GMT time. How about this? Let's say if I say 5 p.m. GMT to Jamaican time, say, is it gonna suit you? Is it gonna suit you? PKT, GMP, PST is Pakistan Standard Time. CB based exam, Waqas Rafiq, is the same if you have attempted the professional level. Okay, 5 p.m. GMT to Pakistan time is 10 p.m. Okay, lovely. So I'll just keep it till here. Um, We'll inshallah be meeting up again in our next session where we're gonna take things up. And in the meantime, stay connected through the WhatsApp. The planner has already been shared. Further, it will be shared. We'll be having more discussions so that we just kick off the journey in a very quick and a better manner. So thank you very much, every one of you, for attending the session. Thank you for being here. I hope that you enjoyed the session. Inshallah, we'll move forward and we'll discuss further in the upcoming sessions.